Where are they?
Let's go, bub.
What up, familia? He is the verbal assassin, the hitman. I am the king of the undead, Ray Zombie. Welcome to the Hitman and the Zombie Show.
Henosha, mofo.
Hinosha, mofo.
Yeah.
You hear the echo? You hear the thunderclaps? You hear the booty clapping? That's a sign to
Make
tell
it
them
clap.
Let's hit that awesome intro.
Let's do it.
Takes me back to the oldies. Man,
Yeah.
this... Get to hit him with it. To review episode 5 of X-Men 97. Remember me. Whenever I'm away, remember me.
Coco Loco.
Un poco loco. Man, this... I thought I was in a fucking emotional ride. But this one took me up and down, left and right. We don't know where we're going.
What a soap opera. My God, dude. What a telenovela. What the heck? I was like, dude, every turn I was like, ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Like,
Raúl. Like, ¿Por qué, Raúl?
Chill out. This was our one kiss. Like, how many times have you kissed her? Like, honestly.
Yo te quiero. Raúl, no se puede. Raúl, no.
Ay.
Nuestro amor cannot be. ¿Por qué, Raúl?
You know what?
That's Maria and
I
Raúl
forgot
right
to mention this verbatim in the the Avengers episode. Well, how I described the Avengers the first time I reviewed it was a superpowered soap opera where everybody bickers with their powers. What the heck was that? And
mosquito just dove from my life.
And emaciated Katy Perry tries to take everybody down.
Katy Perry?
Leaving out the Katy Perry part, because that's what Loki is. That's what this show was. It's just superpower soap opera. By the way, they're doing a Loki show, live action with Tom Hiddleston here in LA.
He's gonna be reciting poems.
I don't know, but it seems really cool. I kind of want to get into it. I think it's at the Hollywood Bowl.
All right, that's cool. We'll review it.
Yeah. Maybe. That would be pretty awesome, huh?
But yeah, the X-Men soap opera. That's cool. Like, it didn't continue the life death.
Yeah. Life death part 1. Oh, part 2 eventually?
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, no Storm at all in this. In fact.
No other X-Men.
Because that's less dead mutants.
We only got we only had Magneto, Rogue, and Gambit going to gonorrhea.
Genosha? So close.
There you go.
But we had our boy Nightcrawler back. Hey, Nightcrawler!
That's just badass. When I have the OG Funko, so holla at me.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's cool.
So yeah, so they're getting the big heroes welcome home, and it's like, welcome X-Men. And then we have what's it called? The Legion of Doom. We got Lady Frost, the guy with the big hair.
Emma Frost. Man, she's supposed to be like a telepath on the level of Jean Grey.
Exactly.
She didn't really have a presence this episode. That was a little disappointing. Along with that, not to mention she's Scott Summers' future bride. They get married.
Yeah. Eventually.
But like another thing, this is a Hellfire Gala. That's what they met for.
They did it before with Phoenix Rising.
Oh, do
Remember
they?
when
In
with
the OG?
the OG when the Emma Frost was controlling her telepathically
Okay.
back in the day.
I'm just, I gotta say, the fits were lacking. They were mid.
Mid. Mid.
See, like, I don't know. That's
Money.
their whole thing. That's their whole thing. Marvel Comics is like, oh, this is mid girl, this is mid for Hellfire Gala, and like they have like crazy fits, but then they just all kind of look normal. It was like prom. It was like, all right, you look nice, I guess.
There was nothing revealing, nothing
Not even
accentuating.
specifically that, like, but like Gambit would have like a coat with like explosive motif, and like like the tail would be like
Yeah.
looking like it was exploding, like some shit like that. But everybody just had like normal ass clothes. It's like what? And Rogue had the same dress that she hooked up with Magneto the first time in
Oh my
when
god.
she was like 17 or whatever.
Let's remember the good times.
Oh man, what a cheese ball! What a cheese! You know what? The first couple times I was like, that's kind of funny, with him like, oh, the Master of Magnets would do this, but like, bro, like, stop. What have you done lately, the Master of Magnets?
Master of Magnet.
It's kind of cringe at this point.
He was a science teacher, bro. That's what he did. Remember back in school, you had like a magnet in the paper, and then it was moving like a paper clip. You're like, "Ooh, look at me!"
Look at that! I'm the Master of Magnets.
Shit, man.
Master of mass genocide, you fucking freak.
So, Mr. Master of Genocide, we see an X-Men with the see-through X-Men. You see his eyeballs, his skeleton. It was like a jelly guy.
Yeah, the little jelly blob. It
Mr.
was awesome.
Mr.
He
Jelly
didn't seem
Blob.
to possess any sort of power. He just kind of was a thing.
I think, well, that was his power, just to be translucent. My goodness. And then we see like this Firefly girl, like doesn't know how to control her thing. She turned around and smacked her head. So yeah, so we see a utopia of mutants living with mutants and interacting with mutants. And then Rogue is like, that's what he meant. We will have something like this. And then Gambit's like, who? The professor? Yeah, the professor. The professor always saying things like that. And there was like they were performing in front of Hollywood and Vine, you know. We got Mr. Multiple, what's his name? Multiple Man from X-Men 3, I think it was his name.
Yeah. And then who else? Master Chief.
Master Chief. Shit, man. Still pissed me off.
What,
Flipped me off. he just got mad because we're fucking shining people. We
gotta show that in the archives. The Juan Zombie's first appearance was on Hollywood Boulevard. Out there doing the damn thing.
We'll bring that video up later. We'll do a live discussion of behind the scenes of what went into it. I would know words. So yeah, Mr. Blob guy was kind of cool, and then all of a sudden, and then this girl comes to Rogue and just pushes her, right? She's like, "Hey, look at this," and they hugged her. She's like, "The fuck?"
Pretty much.
So yeah, so that moves on. Everybody's whole happy, like they have their own country and shit.
Yeah.
But isn't that like a reverse? What's that word? Reverse separation?
Uno?
Yeah, reverse Uno.
Segregation.
There we go.
Exactly. Yes, that is definitely a thing, and that's prevalent today in the real ass world. But yes, that's the thing, is that it's like the antithesis of Xavier's wishes and wants.
Yeah.
And especially like it's kind of blaspheming that he puts Xavier and Magneto together with their big old bronze statues. But it's like, I don't know. You kind of got to give it to him that he's just trying to provide a place for them. You know?
Yeah.
And he's trying to do it in his own way. He's not trying to just integrate everybody in society.
I was gonna say that. It's like you keep it
Maybe
on
that's
apart.
the best because it's kind of chaos.
So they're gonna ship out every mutant onto Epstein Island.
Epstein, oh my god! Wow, that's too real.
All right, when I was looking at that, I was like, isn't this the opposite thing that Charles wanted? He wanted with people to be going to school going with each other, not here's your own little land, you stay over there, and then we'll be good.
Kind of, yeah.
We're reading too much into it. So yeah, Mr. Nightcrawler, I like a design, man. It was pretty badass, man. And then the way it was speaking is like OG Nightcrawler.
Yep, that was the same. I'm fairly certain that was the same voice actor.
You know, little jabs. So yeah, so they see a concert, they move on, and then that's when they propose that Mr. Magneto here becomes ruler of Genosha.
Like, really? Him? Like,
yeah, so many fucking mutants out there, you know? I was like
the one who made the most enemies of humanity. Like, why?
It was just a plot twist.
I don't know. I kept waiting for Doctor Doom.
Ooh. Eventually we'll get something. So he goes, fine, you'll get me in one condition. He's like, what? I want Rogue. Out of all the X-Men, give me my Rogue.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was so much of a creep.
I'm a creep. So homie over here goes, go ahead.
Yeah.
So he goes, so Rogue, that was your plan all the time, sugar? To give me some sugar? Think of it, Rogue. We could change the world together. From a person who can't touch, you'll be feeling their pain and love and frustration with his writing at this point.
You could touch a Linkin Park album and feel all the pain.
You can feel the numb. That was your plan all along, to keep me here next to you. But think all the good you will do. Fine. I'll do it.
And then she flashes back to when she was like 17 and she hooked up with like a 50-year-old.
That one never ages, huh? I always look 50.
Oh, yeah. And then she has post-nut clarity where she's like, did I do that? Oh.
That's why she has that white hair, man.
Oh, probably.
That's why she has that little white hair thing.
I mean,
well, she's telling all this to Jeremy, to Remy.
GAMBIT, yeah.
So he's sitting there listening, like, yeah, he had me like this. He had me upside down.
He ate it from the back. Like, where were you?
You can't touch me, Remy. I can't feel you. Your heart beats for me, but I don't feel it.
And
I was like, what does that even mean?
Sometimes love is more than skin deep.
His balls deep.
His balls deep. You know, somebody. I saw a tweet and it was like talking about how they're introducing like trans characters or whatever in the new 97, and they're like, they never show sexuality down our throats, and then fucking Gambit is like, I want to fuck Rogue. And everybody's like, yeah, we know. So true.
I saw this thing was hilarious, right? They're like, this guy goes out on a date with this girl, and he's sitting down. She's like, what do you keep looking at me for, right? That girl tells him. It's like, I'm waiting for you to transform into a car. It's like, what do you mean? He's like, aren't you a transformer? He's like, no, I'm a transgender.
You mean?
He's like, oh, that's what that means.
So where do we leave off in this episode?
So right here, Mr. Remy is spewing his love for her. He's like, I tried. I played the part, man. He played the we'll just be good friends card after that.
Dude, this was a great episode for Gambit, though.
Yeah.
Gambit was the absolute MVP. Although Magneto stepped up too, but
I was your swamp rat, and I was your Marie or whatever. We played the part, man. I love you. I know your heart beats for me, but I can't feel it, Remy. I can't feel it. I can't feel you.
No.
And then I guess this means we're just good friends. And he gets up, walks away, kisses her hands. And that's when she tears up. And then the next thing we see, the Watcher. For a quick second. He's just there, like, looking. And then we see the fireworks. And then
it's more somewhere in service.
Somewhere in between, I forgot it was here or there, where Jean, because they're interviewing each X-Men, you know,
before this, when they're interviewing, and then he meets up with Jean.
Or the little team.
Other way around. He meets up with Jean, and then they interview.
Yeah.
So Wolverine and Jean, they're talking, and she's like, "I don't know what's going on in Scott's mind," and he's like, "Oh yeah, I know, shit sucks." And then they kiss, and he's like, "You forgot who you were for a second. Go talk to the Boy Scout.
Keep forgetting who you are. Come over here."
Just give me a little kiss.
This is me every Friday night. I get pissed drunk.
You know, like, dude, there's two of her. Like, stop letting Scott hog them both.
I know, right?
So then we see Scott, and he's interviewing with the Congresswoman, who I strongly believe after this episode is Mystique. She really seemed to be playing her own hand on this one. It didn't seem like a random happenstance.
So Mr. Cyclops was being interviewed, and his buttons got pushed because they mentioned Nathan.
Yeah, like, oh, what's going on with your wife and daughter? I'm sure you're very busy. And he's like, I don't have a daughter. And then
I had a son. I threw him out.
Oh yeah, your wife and son. And he's like, I don't have a kid.
For pussies.
And then they're like, wait, don't you have a kid? And he's like, okay, fine, I have a kid. Oh, already got me. Okay, he's like, in the future now. It's whatever.
He's like, you guys suck. Like, what do you mean we suck? You freak. Call me a freak. You wouldn't give me my baby. You were not delivering my babies.
Yeah, and that didn't have shit to do with it. Like, what is he talking about?
I know, right? You're just asking. I had to give him up. We're grieving, you pieces of shit.
Yeah, like, what? 3 or 4 kids? And they're all fucked up?
I like the part he goes.
No wonder.
I like the part where he goes, don't you know what it feels to be abandoned? And he's like, I won't be part of this. And he abandons the kid and he walks away. That was last episode, too. It was a hilarious scene.
No.
I'm going to give him up. And he gets up like, yeah, we're good that we're not like you. We're different. We're over here saving your asses. For what? For you guys to just cast dispersing their mark against us? I wish you guys would die. Leave me alone. He gets up and he walks away. He's like, that's gold. Keep it going. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
And then we see Madeline watching the dance. The forbidden dance of Rogue and Magneto.
Wait. Hold on. And then he goes, remember, Scott's in the bedroom and then Jean comes in. They're talking. And he goes, right. Something is worth holding on to. And then you hear what is that old school show with the Cheaters, right? With the camera crew and everything. And then the camera crew busts down the door. He's like, oh, we got you. And then the guy, he's like trying to put his shirt on. He's like, wait, give me a second. Let me explain.
He's trying to decide between the two.
The Jean breaks the fourth wall and destroys everything. I see you. You cheating on me with that hoochie.
We don't know when Jean was replaced.
Yeah. Just probably a clone to the clone.
with these shows, who knows, honestly. But like, I think that plays an important role because like when Jean Grey went Phoenix, she went Phoenix, and then she went Dark Phoenix.
Ooh, that was badass.
So, and they allude to it a lot, and it's like, all right, why do you keep mentioning that? Well, cue the time traveling son. When time travel comes in, that's when everything goes to shit. All the dead characters and all the past mistakes, whatever, will be dragged up. You know that.
Yeah, it'll come back to bite you.
So it's like, was Madeline the clone Jean at the time of Dark Phoenix Awakening? Did Phoenix possess both forms of Jean Grey? Perhaps.
We're still living in one of them.
Right? I'm saying. So who knows?
So I just want it. Oh, go ahead.
Scott's deciding between the two of them. Is what that scene was leading to.
Don't you twist that on me. What do you mean that I used to remember?
Flashback.
You're my anchor. This is the reason why I stayed. Like, are you sure you still love me, Jean? Or you feel like you love me? Which one is it? You know what? I stayed here. I had the power of a goddess. I stayed here for you to do this to me. I was like, ooh, girl.
He's like, whatever. You both fuck the same. Like,
who do we love? He goes, I love both of you.
Look the same. So, yeah.
Then I love this part. You see, like, it looks like a sniper hit. Jean goes like a telekinetic.
That's why it's important because, okay, we saw that. We saw Jean get hit with a pink wave of whatever. And then when we see Madeline in the next scene get hit with it, it's blue.
A split.
It's different.
I just like the whole subtle thing that Miss Frost knows what's going on, because she goes, when Madeline comes back from that little thing, that little that they had, and he goes, they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I had like a little, my mind drifted. And like, oh, really? It really drifted, didn't it? It's like, ooh. Because she was seeing everything that they were doing.
Yeah. And then Jean had the visions again. She had the visions of, well, in the beginning of the episode, she had the visions as a dust person saying, I'm sorry, Mom. And then we saw rats.
Oh my God, the Rat King.
The Rat King forgives.
Isn't that from fucking the Nutcracker?
Damn. Damn, I was really hoping you would get this one.
The Sugar Plum?
You might be right. It's the Rat Prince or the Rat King or something from the Nutcracker. I was talking about the Stand by Stephen King, but yeah, also
okay. That's what you mean. So yeah, so homie, like the consular woman comes up to Magnus. What's the problem? And then Lady Frost goes, "Is it your dress?" And I was like, "Ooh, 6 burn."
Catty girls.
And they're like talking, like, "Oh no, like I asked Rogue to be my concierge, my queen." And what did she say? And all of a sudden we look up and Rogue is floating down and this cool techno song comes out. It's like a James Bond-esque type of song.
Around the world, around.
So she punches, Magneto punches that girl. She's like, excuse me. Like, oh, she's like, oh shit.
Yeah, he really socks her in the fucking face.
Like one of the titty, like, here, excuse me. He's like, oh.
Boy, bitch.
Get the fuck out the way. Let me see this shit. And then the Magneto and everybody starts floating and doing that. What's it called? Dirty dancing in the air.
Yeah.
And that's where Remy looks up. Gambit looks up to him and then he just walks off. And then Jean is like, I'm sorry. He's like, whatever. He walks off. You didn't see the kids. Good thing if not, he would have lost his shit. I would have lost my shit.
Honestly. How dare you?
and then all of a sudden they start playing dubstep because we hear a voice saying, turn the music off.
I hate it.
I hate it. turn it down now, turn it off.
Every sees a Gene sitting at the bar get hit with the blue flash.
Dude, that was a big puddle of blood, dude. What the fuck that came from? He's like,
well, I think that was her fighting back, whatever it was.
I'm like, damn. She's like,
that was Madeline.
Yeah, Madeline Pryor.
You're.
So then Magneto and Rogue kiss, and then she's like, you know what? Remy was right. You will break my heart in 3 or 2, whatever it was. And some things are skin deep. The balls deep. So homie leaves, and then all of a sudden she goes outside to catch some air. And then you see Gambit, what's his name? Cable. A.K.A. Nathan Jones. Or Summers.
Yeah, that one.
So he's running and he's dodging people. It's like, and then he goes, his little time watch is like, oh, isolation acquired or time acquired or whatever.
Yep.
It's like, your eyes, your face, you made it. I'm happy. He was about to say something, Mom. But then he gets sucked back through the wormhole.
He says, Mom, I'm sorry. You have to get out of here.
Mom, sorry. Like, sorry for what? Then, holy shit.
So he said exactly what the dust creature did in her visions.
And then we hear a fucking big ass explosion, dude. A whole green beam hits the dance floor, and
we see that crazy kaiju blasting everything.
The kaiju sentinel come out of nowhere. What was the most shocking moment? This or Omni-Man destroying the what's it called? The people.
The Guardians of the Globe.
The Guardians of the Globe.
Oh, it was absolutely Omni-Man, but like this was still something, man.
This was a shocking moment. You didn't see it. Like, I was not expecting it because it was so slow, the build-up.
Yeah, but I mean, with the Omni-Man moment, like, it felt like a Justice League episode until that point.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And then the switch flipped so quick.
You're like, good job, team. We made it out for another mission. All of a sudden, he turns around and it was like,
he still got the whole ass team.
Single-handedly,
no chill. But this was very brutal and very rough.
Let's get into it. So the building explodes. Rogue and Magneto get covered in debris. They get up, they get a little woozy. They're like, what's going on? And then we see this green sentinel just start throwing beams everywhere. Like, get to the garden. And they're flying by and then gets hit. Boom, blows up. In that instant, the big ass sentinel targets Rogue and Magneto, and we see Nightcrawler. Get him! And then he gets zapped in the back. He's like, oh! He gets ass clapped. And then Rogue is about to go check on him, but her hand is hard. She can't touch people. And then Rogue's what's the name? Gambit shows up and he checks on him. He's still alive, Burley. And then Magneto's like, how many? How many are still alive? It's like, I mean, how many? Like, a lot, many. Like, I came out of nowhere. He calls him the Godzilla tech thingy. We're starting with Amigo beams.
Yeah.
He goes, target acquire. And then he starts throwing those green ass lasers to them. And he goes, we'll save you. And then Magneto gets knocked into this statue and it crushes a lot of people, bro. What the hell?
Dude, and it crushes all those mutants. Oh my god.
I'm like, there's no time. And then he goes Super Saiyan. He's like, I will not forget you.
That was so brutal. No, what he says is, we won't live to regret this day, wishing we had saved more, or something like that. Which is like, man, I mean, that's real. Like, that's so genuine.
Yeah.
You really feel like he's not doing some bullshit. Like, he's really trying to help.
And then freaking
Gambit shows up and saves all the Morlocks. Leaving him
Target
in the
acquired.
sagas.
He was flying on the head, right? And he cuts the head off and it blows it up. That was badass.
Yeah.
So Gambit is an Omega level.
Like I said, this
X-Men.
is Omega level threat. Yeah, they say that about him and Magneto. Or is it just Magneto? They say it twice.
Yeah. That was so beautiful, man. He saves them and they're going, and then
Who do you think it was?
Magnus is.
Was it him?
Yeah, him too. He's an Omega level. I read a little bit about it. I bet about it, but then he didn't want to be an Omega level no more, so he went to with Sinister. Mr. Sinister, he got tweaked and he became just a what's it called? Below Omega Prime. Anyways, he downgraded himself on purpose.
I don't know, Beta.
There you go, the Beta level X-Men. So homie over here and Magnus is like, I will avenge you, because he gets mad after everybody gets crushed and he gets this train and starts whipping him. He's like, whoosh, whoosh, no. Whoosh, whoosh. Remember, he gets the train, starts whipping him with it. So they get blasted, right?
This was after his Auschwitz flashback. It was like a pretty big deal.
It was Super Saiyan Magneto.
Right.
So he's going after him, and then he's the Warlocks are like, "Oh, I made a promise to you, like, don't worry." And then he's circling them, and he's like, they like target acquire, Omega threat, and throw a beam at Magneto, but he's shielding the Warlocks. What's it? Rogue and Gambit are like trying to get to him. It's like, no, it's too late. We can't get to him. And Magneto like does a force field around Rogue and Gambit with the metal.
Yeah.
And he goes. He looks at him, speaks in what, German? Do not be afraid. And initials. This can't be the end of Magneto. What do you think?
Nah, there ain't no way.
He's like, you can't do that. He probably dug a hole somewhere.
But here's the thing, though. What I propose is that now that we saw Cable, first of all, what the fuck? Why are they surprised? Cable in all of the previous X-Men in the old show, they knew him as the daughter of Madeline. It's not a surprise. None of his existence is a surprise. His name was Nathan. Not a surprise. None of it.
Yeah. I just want people to forget that.
But whatever. Now they introduced time travel, and you know it gets very slippery.
I see what you're saying.
None of these deaths are gonna matter.
Yeah, there you go. I was gonna say that to you too. They're gonna hit the reset button.
So what he's trying to do, he can only come back to this time and try to fix it. But I think something went wrong when he realized that his mother was Madeline and not Jean Grey. That's what he was like, Mom. He didn't expect to see her there.
There you go.
It threw everything off. So now everything's gonna be all chaotic.
So he's gonna go back again, trying to come earlier to stop it.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be following him on some time travel shenanigans.
I like that.
But here's where it gets hairy. Like, who initiated this attack?
Oh, that's right.
I mean, their biggest offender and the one who has the most clout for it would be Apocalypse.
What do you call it? Apoca cheeks? Apoca
hips?
Apoca thicks?
Hey. But there's also oh my god. You know what? Dig me down. I don't remember her fucking name. But Xavier's evil twin sister.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he had a sister.
Well, so here's where it gets crazy. She's not officially announced, but she's rumored to be in the Deadpool movie.
Oh, yeah, I heard something about it. It's been a while. Stay away from spoilers. Spoilers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't do any of that, but like, she's rumored to be in Deadpool, which comes out in the summer, like June, July. But she could potentially also be one of the people who orchestrated this attack.
Yeah.
I still am putting money on Mystique being the senator who like initiated. Like, there was one point. This is what told it to me. But with Mystique, you would think that she was acting under Magneto's orders, and it seemed like Magneto was sincere. Are there two Magnetos? Is Mystique?
Isn't Nightcrawler his son, right? Nightcrawler's his son?
No, Nightcrawler's dad actually was also shown in the episode.
Oh, okay. But Mystique is his dad. I mean, mom.
Was his name is?
Oh, the devil guy?
I don't remember. Yeah,
the one with the fruit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different theories that it could be.
But yeah, so homie, let's continue with this. So he's trying to save him, but he ends up dying, paying the ultimate price, and Rogue goes ape shit. And then Gambit sees there that she's gonna go straight into that beam.
And as soon as Rogue feels him, she can finally touch him, and there's no heartbeat. It's like such a tragic irony.
Who? Magneto?
Oh, well, I guess that's like after.
Yeah, so they go in, and then Rogue is like, "I'm gonna get you, robot." And then Gambit charges up his bike, throws the bike at her, and he blows her out of the way. And then, you know what? I live for this. I'm always winning this. You must
really have faith that she's strong. Do you just hit her with a fucking motorcycle? Jesus.
It's going to be another Invincible. Like, I thought you said you were stronger. Your arm and her brain is like this, like broken and shit.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, come on. Out of all the damn times for you not to have your powers. So Gambit's like jumping up, he's juking left the beams, like Ultra Instinct.
Marvel. Yeah.
So she's juking left and right. It's like, I live for this, and the odds are always in my favor. He gets shanked in the ribs. He gets shanked in the baby rack, and it sucks because he gets shanked, and then the machine is like jiggling him up. She's like, "Ow! Stop moving me, please."
True.
So he goes, "All right, Mr. Robot, you got me." He does a Vegeta. He's like, "You know what? If I'm gonna go, you're going with me." So he holds on to his metal and goes, get the Gambit juice all over him.
Dude, that's the hardest line in Dragon Ball Super. When
I'm gonna break you and throw you off in the wind.
I think it was Resurrection F. Where him and Frieza are fighting. Frieza's like, "It doesn't matter what happens to me. You know you're going back to hell, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, I know. I'm not a good person." Like, he just knows. He knows his fate. Did it. Whatever. Yeah, I think that's really cool. But yeah, go on.
So Mr. Gambit holds on to the metal thing that's poking him. He goes, "My name is Gambit. Believe it." So Mr. Robot blows up. Don't you forget it. No, remember something. Remember
my name.
Remember me. Whenever I'm not there. So big explosion happens, and then Mr. Godzilla Sentinel blows up with Remy. So he's laying on a heap, and Rogue is like, "Can't feel you, Remy. I can't feel you no more."
The heartbeat, not feeling.
That thing made me cry, man. Had a tear coming out my ojo. You have to it's be like scary movie. You have to touch me lower, save me lower. So that was sad.
That cemented to me that like they're probably gonna do some timey stuff.
There's too many deaths, man.
There's no way they're gonna kill Gambit off, for God's sake. Like, the other ones, maybe they'll make it like a big shock factor, but not a main character. I don't know about that.
Yeah. back to back. It was like, sheesh, that's a lot of that hit to take. But yeah, it was cool, man. It was like cool. Like they did the Yamcha crater, and Rogue is just holding him.
Yeah.
And then we go fade to black, and we get the credits with the sad X-Men song playing.
No.
It was like this. It was like that. So yeah, is Gambit, Magneto, and the rest of the humanity of mutants dead? Are they gone forever, or are they gonna go collect the Dragon Balls and wish everybody back?
Time travel.
Or are they gonna bust Deadpool and go back in time, kill his old alternate selves?
Yep.
That was a badass. I love this, man. I don't think they're gonna continue next week. What do you think? I think they're gonna go somewhere else.
Next week they're doing Life Death Part 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. They gotta build it up. Anticipation.
And
Assholes.
time travel. For sure.
So that's what they're gonna do next week.
But they're probably just gonna focus on whatever is happening in his future. But
how you go? Yeah, go ahead.
When in the first series, when Cable was initially traveling back, he had his power stolen by Apocalypse, and it showed similar to the power that he showed when he just went back this time. And when he was like, "Oh no, not again," it showed the same little cube, like Apocalypse.
Yeah, you're right. The pocket cubes.
So
Pocket
maybe it could be one of those things, or maybe him going back in time every time changes it.
That'd be cool. Like, all right, I did this. Oh shit, kicked the wrong thing.
All the way.
He what's it called? He goes, he fixes something, he goes back. All right, I fixed the car. Let me go back again and do this, and everything is coming back and forth. Man, I'm excited. It was a sad and shocking fucking moment. It was heavy in the heart. It was cool. I really enjoyed this episode. It was a thumbs up for me. I like how they're dragging it.
Yeah.
That we don't know. It's finally going long-term booking now, long-term storytelling.
I just wish they had more exciting fits at the gala.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
What do you call them? The Gala of Fire or something?
Hellfire Gala.
The Hellfire. Isn't that from Stranger Things?
They got it.
The Hellfire Club.
Yep.
Puro caliente up in here.
Yep.
So yeah, guys, it was awesome. We enjoyed it. Go check it out if you haven't. If you haven't, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yep.
Next to wrestling, this is the hottest thing out there.
Oh man.
Going. So yeah. Next week we'll continue. Just hopefully it continues it, but I doubt it. They're gonna go back to, like the Hitman said. Back to life, death. Left. I fell down. Didn't get up.
Life alert.
Anything else you want to add to, senor?
No. Just looking forward to what's next. Maybe we'll finish all of Fallout by next week. We'll see.
There we go. We'll do a big summarization of how we felt about the whole series.
Yep.
For the verbal assassin Hinosha, aka the Hitman, I am Ray Zombie. This is and has been the Hitman and Zombie Show. Till next time, much love and
745